Hi, I'm Hortensia with InStyle Atlanta. Check out my interviews with the actors from Tyler Perry, Love Thy Neighbors, and The Have and Have Nots. Stay tuned.
Difficult because I've never done TV. Shut up, Paul.
Right.
It was never difficult to do theater because that's where I come from.
Right.
And like I said before, Tyler took me under his wing and literally told me, tone it down. Don't be this big. For television, it's totally different. So I was intimidated in the beginning, but I think by them doing it before, they helped me to feel more comfortable. And
you're already used to Medea.
I'm used to Medea, so that wasn't no thing. So.
Well, it helped that you had a drink every morning.
Oh, don't put my business out there like that.
Mama Hattie, what's the biggest difference with your fashion now and how it was before?
Hatties or Patrice?
Patrice.
I have one t-shirt, full bodice, Robinson is my stylist, and she actually takes over, so I don't have to do anything but just put it on. Ain't that lovely? Ain't that nice?
That's lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
And everything, and that's great, and they said exactly what we're supposed to say, and that's fine. But let me tell you for real.
Oh, God.
I was tripping.
She was tripping.
I was tripping.
Because you never worked with Mud
that was
before.
that was my first. They've worked with Medea before.
Yeah.
I had not.
Yeah.
I had a boss named Tyler Perry who showed up in a dress and a wig.
Right.
And was in that attire telling me action and cut and giving me, and I remember at one point, I was standing there with my mouth open just like, and he was like,
Work.
like it's your line. And I was like, oh, like I had to come back. I was, imagine though, like you have Medea, you got Mama Hattie, I was tripping. and then on top of that, it's like I'm trying to make sure I remember the lines, the script, and then it didn't really matter.
But that's because we had so many scripts at one time. They were giving them to us back to back.
Right.
And you were expected to know
Yeah.
your script.
And
when
so you
got
knew
there,
it.
so.
I didn't know my children when I went home. Seriously.
Oh,
Come here, boy. That's how I address my children. Hey, you.
But you know what? And it helped that we have kind of become more grounded in our characters, because you have to be when you're ad-libbing and all of that, and it's in what you learned last night and the week before is not what you're doing. Yeah. You have to be very tuned into your character, into what's going on in the script, in the show, to do it.
So my question for you is, how does it feel being pregnant now, and when you were pregnant, in real life?
The timing is so widespread because my daughter's 19.
Wow.
My daughter in real life is 19. And so now, it's almost, and again, that's how I'm able to connect with Linda, because Danny is 24 years old and I'm having another baby, and once I get married here soon, I could have another one still too. So I connect in that way, but it feels different because I was a baby, really, when I was pregnant the first time, so I'm kind of pregnant as a grown woman now, and but you kind of, you pull from what you remember as you incorporate that into how the character responds to, being pregnant and all that. But it's different because it's so much later.
And 19 years later,
right?
Today's day is completely different.
Right, and that's how. So that helps me. You know what I'm saying? Because it is as different as it is for Linda. It would be for me if my life imitated art.
Right. So my next question is, as far as fashion, how do you feel before you got into the entertainment world? How has your fashion changed?
Well, it has changed. However, I think my favorite color is orange. You probably couldn't tell. But it is, and it's funny because I was looking at some old pictures and I was like, I'm very consistent, and I have been. Like, I was looking at a 7th grade picture and I had on, for my family portrait, I had on an orange sweater. Like that, I've been consistent with my orange throughout the years. I think now I'm just a little more, I own it a little more. Like I might, before I might have worn an orange sweater or whatever, but I will, like I came in here today, I had an orange dress on, an orange coat.
Right, you rocked it.
Orange gloves, you know what I mean? Like I think, but what it is what's become different for me is I've become more comfortable just embracing who I am and how I get down. And I've learned that, you love to kind of stay on trend and see what's happening, but also everything on trend is not for me. You know what I mean? And I'm comfortable enough kind of sticking in my, I work with Rhea Norman. She's a wardrobe stylist, and she really would encourage me to think outside of my orange box. And because my two sayings used to be, if it ain't tight, it ain't right, and if it ain't bright, it ain't right. So she was like, can you try this loose black sweater on? You know what I mean? And it doesn't always work for me, but she's definitely helped me to open up my perspective and be willing to try new and different things or whatever. So I have, but I do think what's most important is knowing what works for your body type.
There you go.
And rocking with that, because you can look at what's on trend and kind of tweak it, to work for you. It doesn't have to be because laces and I wear a little lace mini skirt.
Right.
Because laces and I might wear a nice lace dress. You know what I mean? Because dresses are my thing.
That's good. Well, thank you so much for your time, and we're looking forward for more stuff on the show.
Yeah.
What should we look for next?
Just keep watching and keep riding this journey with Linda, because it's an amazing journey, and I can't wait to see what Sierra's going to do next, because we don't know either.
Right.
It's crazy to see the response that has really happened with this show. It was one thing to see Mr. Perry and Ms. Winfrey collaborate and bring you guys something that you like, but it's another thing to watch the numbers and the viewers continue to grow. It's almost like we walk down the street nowadays and it's like we really feel the love. So it's great, and it feels cool to be recognized, something that you work hard for, in terms of like how I feel about my role. So it's it's a blessing. I thank you guys. Appreciate it. It's fun.
Well, Tyler, we want to know.
Okay, here we go.
The show and everything. I know that most
You're
of
not
us.
gonna let him take this over. Okay.
So my question is, how has this show impact your life?
I'm able to provide for my family. It's great, and I'm feeling everyone's love. I'm understanding that I have a platform and a voice to talk to people. Actually, shout out to Sherry Strang. I actually spoke to a few people about these traumatic brain injuries, right? I had some people, I try to answer people as much as I can on social media, and I was actually gotten into conversation with this one woman named Sherry. I actually developed into a friend, but she, point of the story, she actually went through a traumatic brain injury, which is what many went through. We got to talking about everything she went through. She gave me inspiration for what I needed for my character, because she's coming from a real life thing, which is what we're trying to portray.
Right.
So it was great because I really understood the type of impact that I have for a positive reason.
Very good, very good. My next question is, you mentioned that you did personal training.
Yeah.
Do you still kind of do personal training?
Yeah, you know what? I don't anymore. But it's like, man, I still got the itch for it. Now here's the thing, because I developed it into a business, right? I was a body sculptor, not a personal trainer. Here's the difference. There's a 3-tier system. A is what you do with me. B, I dubbed it an at-home prescription, what I write up for you at home to supplement what you're doing with me. We have to tie it all together with the most important thing, which is your nutrition plan. So you hit all three, and it's really a lifestyle. It's much different than like seeing your trainer 2 hours out of the week and then going to eat McDonald's, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't do it anymore, but I still have the itch.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the next question that all ladies want to know is, are you taken?
By God, by God I'm taken, but I'm single. I'm single man.
Well, thank you for your time.